Hello everyone, we are from Group 1. In the lesson today, we will help you guys compare the passive voice in English and Vietnamese. Let's begin with the first questions. What is passive voice? Well, the passive voice is contentious and problematic, so there is no universal agreement on how to define it in English. However, to put it simply, the passive voice is opposite to the active voice. For example, in English, the active voice will have the postman delivers letters, and the passive voice will have letters are delivered by the postman. In Vietnamese, the active voice will have mèo đuổi chuột and chuột bị mèo đuổi in passive voice. Regarding grammatical structures, some other researchers believe that despite no passive category as a morphological category, there's an existence of passive structures for a sentence. Nguyễn Phú Phong, a famous Vietnamese linguist, acknowledged the passiveness as a grammatical category in Vietnamese and also considers bị được do a passive auxiliaries. But let's see a form in active voice first. We're gonna have subject plus predicate. After adding passive auxiliaries bị được do, it turns to subject plus bị được do plus predicate. On the other hand, passive voice in English is expressed through a grammatical way with a clear and fixed form. In active voice, we have subject 1, verb, and object. If we want to change this form to passive voice, we will make the object of the active sentence become the subject, and the subject needs changing into object with by. Next, verbs in active voice need strengthens with the form be plus with V in the past participle. There's a lot of forms of be. Am is are in the present, was were in the past, being in continuous tense, and being in the perfect tense. You can add this form with the past participle. It is not the case in Vietnamese in terms of verb. Passive voice sentence includes the passive auxiliaries bị được do, and there's no change in verb forms. For example, in Vietnamese with cậu bé được mẹ khen and mẹ khen cậu bé. And in English, we have his sister bring him up, then it turns to he is brought up by his sister. Now, let's find out why we should use passive voice. English and Vietnamese have their own usage. Because passive voice is popular in English, it is applied in many situations. You can use it when the person who does the actions is not known or not important. For example, this beautiful bridge was built in 1732. Who built this bridge? This isn't important. Likewise, in Vietnamese, the passive voice has quite restricted extensions in regular contexts. You can also use it when you don't know who did the actions, like in English. For example, con thỏ bị trúng đạn. When the action is more important or more interesting than the person who does the actions, as in the sentence, $1 million were donated to a children's hospital. Who donated? It isn't important. I'm interested in the information here, or you can use it when the object cannot do the action itself. For example, 100 chocolate cakes were sold on Sunday. Can a cake sell itself? Of course not. It needs to be passive. Besides, passive form in Vietnamese is accepted when the speaker or the writer really want to accentuate the results or outcomes. Normally good ones with auxiliary được and bad ones with auxiliary bị of the happenings as in the sentence. Tôi được mẹ mua cho bộ quần áo mới. In terms of morphological aspect, there's a difference between English and Vietnamese. To transmit an active sentence into a passive one, the form of verbs must be changed. However, it is only true for English. English is a functional and synthetic language. Therefore, the verbs in functional language must change their form from active to passive. Let's see the following example. In the active form, we have the dog bit me, and the passive form will have I was bitten by the dog. Here, the verb has changed its form from past simple bit to past participle bitten. On the contrary, Vietnamese is an isolating and analytic language, and verbs in Vietnamese do not have the marking indicators of persons, tense, mood, and so forth. Therefore, it cannot follow these morphologies of the passive form as a grammatical category. For instance, in the active form, we have chó cắn tôi, and in the passive form, we have tôi bị chó cắn. Here, the verb cắn is unchanged. And that is all about our lesson today. Thank you for listening to us. And if you have any questions, please keep this contact for further information. We are really appreciate to answer all the questions. Thank you and goodbye.